Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are doing well during this lockdown. Once again I am here in front of you with the first lesson of Stars, the third level by Walter Braden Finney. So first of all I would like to tell you about the Jack Finney, his alternative title. He was US writer born in 1911 Milwaukee and died on November 14, 1995 Green Bay, California. He was the author of 10 novels as well as short stories and plays, but his fame rested on two novels that were especially well known. The Body Snatchers, 1955. It was republished as Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1961. About humans being replicated by alien seed pods, was filmed 3 times. And Time and Again, 1970, concerning an advertising artist who is recruited for a government project involving time travel. Became a cult classic. Finney attended Knox College, Galesburg, and then worked in advertising in New York City. He began advertising in New York City. He began writing short stories, and many were published in such magazines as Collier's, the Saturday Evening Post, and McCall's. His first, The Widow's Walk, 1946, won a special prize in an Ellery Queen's Mystery Magazine contest. Finney's first novel, Five Against the House, 1954, as well as Assault on a Queen, 1959, and Good Neighbor Sam, 1963, were adapted for the cinema. Another notable book was The Woodrow Wilson Dime, 1968, which created a parallel world in which much is familiar yet striking differences exist. In 1995, From Time to Time, Finney's long-awaited sequel to Time and Again was published. He was well known for his science fictions, thrillers. So first of all, it is very much necessary for all of us to know about the author, because he used to write science fictions. So it is also one of the greatest problems of our life. That is, when we are perplexed by the situations, we try to escape from the situations. We are insecure and fears. We are fearing from the situations, and we try to escape from such situations. So this is a mental level. The third level describes generally the such type of personality who try to escape from the current world due to their insecurities and fears. As I would like to give you one example, a simple example of the class where your last period is going on and you don't want to study at that time. So what do you do at that time? When teacher is teaching, you have to take the class, you have to sit in the class. You are just looking at the teacher, but you are not attending on the teacher. Whatever he is saying, he or she is saying, the most important thing is that you try at that time, you try to escape. Not willingly, but you are sitting in the class and seeing him, you enter in another world. That is escape level. When you start thinking something, you are having eye contact with the teacher, but you are thinking on something and suddenly you come to know you are sitting in the class. So this is a short example of escape level. When the problems are big, when insecurity is there, when we cannot run from these problems, then we try to go through this mental escape level. As when you go to sleep, you see dreams at night. You start daydreaming also, you start planning also. So these things are temporary refuge from the current situation. So it is a general thing that when we are unable to handle any problem, we go for escape. So author is also trying to tell us about this escape level through this story. This story starts from Grand Central Railway Station. There are, actually author thinks that there are 3 levels at the Grand Central Railway Station, but actually there are only 2 levels. The narrator feels that there are 3 levels at the Grand Central Railway Station, and he has discussed this with his psychiatrist friend Sam Weiner. Sam feels that the narrator experiences are just like a waking dream fulfillment. The psychiatrist says that the narrator is unhappy and he is full of insecurities, he is full of fear. So he tries to escape from his stressful life. That's why he is imagining the third level at the Grand Central Railway Station. Narrator is having one more hobby, that is of stamp collection. The narrator's psychiatrist friend says that the narrator's hobby of stamp collection is a temporary refuge from the reality. The narrator does not agree with this interpretation because he says that his grandfather was also having the same hobby, but he did not have any type of problem in his life. He lived a peaceful life. So he does not agree with him. In this case, his grandfather did not need to run away from his day-to-day problems, or he was not insecure. So still his grandfather pursued philately. Philately means the collection of study of postage stamps. So this excuse also is not working. So Charlie reaches one day what happens that when he starts thinking, he discusses also from his psychiatrist friend Sam Weiner. So he starts searching the third level. And one day the day comes, the summer night, Charlie worked late at the office. In a hurry, he get back home. He decided to take the subway. From Grand Central, he crossed the arched doorway heading for the subway and got lost. Now today he has imagined totally that he is at the third level. The narrator strongly feels that the Grand Central is growing like a tree and pushes out new corridors and stairs like roots. So now he has imagined today, and concrete proof he is having in his mind that he has reached to the third level. He finds nobody but hears the empty sound of his own footsteps. He finds himself at the third level at Grand Central Station. So now his imaginations have taken a strong way. And what is the scenario at the third level? There were small rooms. He has imagined all the things. And how he has imagined? Because he himself must have read somewhere all these things, and he is having some knowledge. So according to that, he has imagined all these things. You must have watched some movies. I want to give a reference of a movie, that Munna Bhai of Sanjay Dutt. And in that he starts imagining Mahatma Gandhi preaching him, telling him, coming into his way and telling him. And when doctors came to know about this, when they checked, they found that he has read a book, and according to that, he himself is suggesting him. So in the same way, there were smaller rooms, fewer ticket windows, and open flame gas lights there. The information booth was made of wood and was looking ancient. Everybody at the station was dressed in the fashion of the 19th century. So everything was there. The narrator got a copy of The World dated June 11, 1894. That was a newspaper where the lead story was about the President Cleveland. So he has imagined this also. And how he has imagined? Because due to his general knowledge, nothing was real. So it is very confusing story. That's why you think that everything is going on in reality, but he has stepped into the parallel world before 100 years or more than that. The narrator goes to the ticket window and demands 2 tickets for Galesburg, Illinois. He wants to go there with his wife, Louisa. He imagines it to be a peaceful countryside in the year 1894, where the First World War was 20 years away and the Second World War was 40 years away. Means this is a story of 1894, and after 20 years, in 1914 near about, there was First World War, and in 1934 there was Second World War, near about at that time. So he thinks that the First and Second World War are still to be held. And to his surprise, the clerk as a ticket counter does not, he tries to give money to him. To his surprise, the clerk at the ticket counter does not accept his money. He says that it is a fake money, whatever money he has given. And sensing the trouble, he thinks that no, he will be caught because he had given the money of the current era in which he exists. As nowadays, whatever money is there in run, before 100 years, the same money was not going on. So in the same, it was not accepted. So in the same way, he also feels the problem and he runs away from there. So after that, the narrator withdraws. He comes back to his world. Charlie, he buys old currency. The narrator withdraws $300 from the bank next day to buy the currency of 1890. He thinks to go back to the third level. His psychiatrist friend is really worried over this. However, his $300 got reduced to $200. And because it was in old style money, he does not care because he desperately wants to reach to the third level. So he once again tries to go back to the third level, because once he has imagined third level, and after that the quest for the third level, the narrator fails to find the third level again. He tries to search it. His wife is very worried and persuades Charlie to stop looking for the third level. He tells his wife. She also tries to convince him, but he does not agree with her. His psychiatrist friend Sam disappears, and the narrator and his wife get proof of the existence of the third level. Now both of them start their futile search for the third level platform. The narrator believes that Sam is now in Galesburg in year 1894. So now it is another situation when his psychiatrist Sam vanishes and he does not find him. And the mystery, and after that the mystery of the first day covers, means there was the hobby of his stamp collection. It comes into the existence, and when a new stamp is issued, stamp collectors buy it and affix a new stamp on an envelope. Means he was having the hobby of stamp collection. So this was a procedure that how the new stamp is collected, and by the persons who are in the hobby of collecting new stamps, they purchase a stamp and they post it on their own address so that they get the stamp of the post office. They mail the envelope to themselves on the first day of the sale. The postmark gives proof of the date. The envelope is never opened and nothing is inside. This is called a first day cover. So this can be a question. So while going through his stamp collection, the narrator finds a strange cover mailed to the narrator's grandfather's address in Galesburg. It has been present there since July 1894. It bears a 6-cent stamp with the picture of President Garfield. The envelope contains a letter for Charlie from his friend Sam. Sam confirms the presence of the third level and advises the narrator to keep looking for it. He says that it is worth it. But now another imagination. But in reality, it is not going on. The author has himself posted the stamp and he tries to prove that the third level exists. But in reality, third level doesn't exist. Don't get confused. Now, narrator's reality check on Sam. Another hypothetical situation. Charlie finds out that Sam had bought $800 worth of old style currency. The money was sufficient to set up a hay, feed and grain business which Sam dreamed of. So Sam also dreamed of grain business and set up a hay feed. Sam is a qualified psychiatrist but cannot go back his profession in Galesburg of 1894 because the profession of psychiatry did not exist at that time. So here narrator imagines one more situation which tries to prove about the Sam, about the third level. But in reality, I want to tell you that it doesn't exist. But he tries to prove it. At last, I would like to tell you that in our life also, such type of escape levels exist where we try to prove it, but in reality, these are not present. But we try to casual ourselves with by giving some situations, but it is not so. And definitely human being, when we are insecure, when we are full of fear, we try to escape from reality. So this is the theme of this lesson. This is the most important thing about this lesson, to escape from the reality and to go into the imaginary world, which is general for everyone, and we try to escape. But some persons are on the shorter note, some persons escape and they know it, but due to our unconscious mind, due to our subconscious mind, we go to these levels, and sometimes it happens when we are suffering from such type of problems, we try to escape, and definitely it gives a general, you can say temporary refuge from our problems, and then we come back and start our life. So that's all about the lesson. Thank you for listening.